I first noticed it on my phone while I was in the bathroom, changing my fourth outfit of the day. My cheeks were tinged pink with furrowed brow when I finally swiped through the Instagram notifications. A dozen likes, a handful of comments, and one tagged photo from my best friend group's travel account at Wanderlust Squad. The image showed a sun-soaked beach, turquoise waves lapping a pristine shore, overlaid with a flat lay of essentials, matching straw hats, linen cover-ups, a colorful tote, and there in the bottom corner, my brand's logo stamped on a leather luggage tag. The caption read, "Top travel essentials for your dream vacay. Must-haves include our favorite beach reads, SPF 50, and Little Nest Leather's limited edition tag to keep your bags looking chic on the go. #travel in style #, Wanderlust Squad." My fingers trembled as I stared. They'd left me, 8 months pregnant, behind. My baby shower was going on right now, 50 miles south at my parents' farmhouse, balloons bobbing in the breeze, cupcakes with pastel frosting, doting aunts and cousins waiting to celebrate the impending arrival of my little girl. And instead of showing up, Carla, Jasmine, and Maya were on a Caribbean getaway, touting my handcrafted leather goods to the world. A mix of betrayal, indignation, and hurt coiled in my chest. I shoved the phone into my back pocket and stepped out into the living room. My husband Nathan peeked over the staircase. His gentle smile faltered when he saw my face. "Everything okay?" I closed my eyes, inhaled, and blew out. "They tagged Little Nest. They're on vacation, they left us." He frowned. "What'd you want me to do?" I shrugged, tone sharp. "I don't know. Be surprised with me? Comfort me? I'm supposed to be celebrating, not scrolling social media." I paced. "We've been planning this shower for months. They all RSVP'd yes. They specifically said we wouldn't miss it." He stepped forward, soft hand on my shoulder. "Maybe there was an emergency?" I shook my head. "They're posting photos in bikinis, cocktails in hand." My voice caught. "They chose a beach over me." His jaw clenched. "Let's call them." I pressed my lips tight and nodded. He picked up his phone. I disconnected him. "No, not yet." My throat tightened. "I need to breathe." He drew me into an embrace. "I'm sorry, honey. Let's focus on your day. We can address them later." I rested my head on his chest, heart pounding. The doorbell rang. My mother. Perfect timing. I smoothed down my dress and plastered on a smile. "Come in, Mom." The living room smelled like lavender and vanilla. My mom's signature candle lit on the coffee table next to pastel-colored cupcakes and party favors. Streamers of pink, gold, and mint green draped the mantel. A silver "Oh Baby" banner sparkled overhead. My sister Emma bustled in last, arms full of gift bags for the guests. She glanced at my face, eyes wide. "Jen, you okay?" she asked softly, setting down a bag of baby onesies. I forced a grin, just gathering my courage. My mom wrapped me in a hug. "It's going to be wonderful. You're going to love seeing everyone." She patted my back. Then, with a cheerful shout, she announced the party had begun. I plastered my way to the front door and greeted each guest with a practiced hug. Aunt Carol handed me a pink envelope. "Open this first." She waggled her eyebrows. I cradled it like it might bite, peeled it open, and revealed a hefty gift card for newborn clothing. Next, cousins, childhood friends, neighbors, each arrival triggered a wave of forced delight from me. But behind every congratulations, I felt the absence of those three friends like a hollow tooth. By 11 a.m., the backyard was buzzing. We'd set up a cupcake decorating station, a photo booth with floral frames, and a wishes for baby tree where guests hung handwritten hopes. I laughed at Emma's bad jokes and offered pastel-frosted cupcakes to chatting groups. But my eyes kept darting to the empty chairs, reserved for Carla, Jasmine, and Maya, each adorned with their names on a glittery place card over a rose gold cushion. At 11:45, Emma nudged me. "Open the cake." I stepped forward, heart pulsing. The cake, 3 tiers of pale blush fondant, white sugar peonies cascaded down one side, gleamed in the sun. My husband, now exuding protective concern, raised a knife. I closed my eyes, took a breath, and made a wish before slicing. I could wish for forgiveness, for their apology, for inclusion. Instead, I wished for my daughter to know confidence, even when people disappoint her. We served cake to delighted gasps and chocolate-smeared smiles. A gospel singer serenaded us from a small platform, singing lullabies and upbeat anthems. My mother-in-law led a game of baby name bingo amid upbeat squeals. I plastered on joy, while a churning sadness followed each clap. At 12:30, my husband tapped his glass. Guests quieted. Jen and I have a little announcement, he said. He held up a tiny pair of booties. Baby girl Reed is due April 27th. Applause erupted as I cradled the booties in my hands, vision blurring with tears. I smiled through them, grateful for my husband's love, my family's support. But at the back of my mind, the beach photos glowed on my phone, reminding me of the friends who traded my celebration for sun and surf. After the party wound down and guests drifted home, I sat at the front steps with my husband and Emma. The rose petals had wilted, decorations lay folded in sacks, and the photo booth flowers tangled on the grass. My mom had loaded the car with leftover cupcakes and gift bags. Emma draped an arm over my shoulder. "Hey," she said, "at least you got all this." I stared at the scattered petals. "Yeah," I whispered, "but it should have been shared." My voice cracked. They took their RSVP back, without a word of apology, then used my brand to boost their own feed. Emma frowned. "That's awful." She squeezed my hand. "Have you talked to them?" I shook my head. "Not yet." My hands trembled. The hurt felt too fresh. I knew I'd have to confront them. I craved resolution, either their apology or acknowledgement of my feelings, but I wasn't sure where to start. My phone buzzed. A new notification from at Wanderlust Squad, a carousel of sunset snaps. I held back tears. Emma snatched the phone. "Stop torturing yourself. Let's go get them." She stood. "We're going to confront them tomorrow together." I nodded, half smile wobbling into reality. "Together," I echoed. That night, I tossed and turned. The empty chairs, the glittering tags, the beach reels, all replayed in an endless loop. I remembered how we'd been inseparable in college, study sessions at dawn, thrift store weekends, secrets traded over ramen. We'd supported each other, through breakups, through career scares, through broken hearts. And now to be replaced by sun-kissed selfies felt like the ultimate betrayal. I foresaw the conversation. Would they apologize, or double down? Would they say it wasn't personal, only business? Could there be some excuse I hadn't thought of? Family emergency, a pay-for-vacation crunch. My mind swirled with possibilities. By morning, I had a plan. Emma and I would meet them at their favorite coffee shop, Gregory's, at 8 a.m. sharp. I'd keep calm, speak my truth, and demand an answer. The city dawned bright as a birthday balloon, mocking in its cheer. At 7:45 a.m., Emma drove me to Gregory's. We sat in the car, icy mug of coffee in hand. She tugged on her blouse. "Ready?" I took a breath. "Ready." At 8:10 they arrived, Carla in a sundress and a Panama hat, Jasmine with oversized sunglasses, Maya in a chic blazer. They spotted us and slid into the booth, the tote bag with my brand's luggage tag slung over Jasmine's shoulder. Carla beamed. "Good morning, ladies. This coffee shop has the best latte art." She tried to order, but I cut her off. "We're not here for coffee." They blinked. Jasmine huffed. "Okay, what's this about?" I stood, hand on the table edge. "You skipped my baby shower, despite promising to be there. Then you tagged Little Nest Leather in your travel essentials post." I saw comprehension flicker. That made me feel used and hurt. Carla looked away. "Jen, it wasn't like that. We had already booked the trip months ago. I posted the tag because I love the design." I shook my head. "You RSVP'd, yes, canceled last minute, and didn't offer an apology, until someone pointed out I saw the post on Instagram." Maya leaned forward. "I'm sorry you felt that way, but we didn't mean to hurt you." I pressed on. "I need more than that. I need to understand why you prioritized a beach over my baby shower, and then promoted my brand without so much as a 'sorry, babe, can't make it, but here's a shout out.' It feels transactional." They exchanged glances. Jasmine sighed. "We thought you'd understand. We all needed a break. Life's stressful. And we genuinely love your luggage tags." Maya nodded. "We wanted to feature them." I swallowed. A break, but not with me. And an apology after the fact. I felt erased. Our friendship meant I came first. My throat ached. If you valued me, you wouldn't have made me pay for my own celebration. And you'd have told me why. There was silence. Their coffees arrived, perfect hearts on foam, but no one sipped. Finally, Carla looked up, eyes sincere. "Jen, I messed up. We should have told you the trip conflicted. We panicked about canceling and felt guilty. And instead of calling, I posted the reel without thinking. I'm so sorry. Her voice cracked. Jasmine's sunglasses came off. Wet eyes. Maya dabbed at the table. We want to make this right. I exhaled. My fists unclenched. Then start by apologizing publicly, delete the reel, and post an apology, acknowledging you missed my shower. Carla nodded. I will, Jasmine added. And I'll send you a care package for the baby genuine this time. Maya said, let me plan a girls' day with you soon. No travel, no distractions, just us. I felt tears slip free. Relief, cautious hope, sorrow, and love mingled all at once. Thank you, I whispered. Emma cracked a small smile. Carla reached across and squeezed my hand. I'm really sorry, Jen. You deserve better. I nodded. I do. And I forgive you. It wasn't just 3 words, it was the bridge back to friendship. One they'd burned but now wanted to rebuild. We ordered coffee. We laughed. Not loud, but genuine. The luggage tag sat on the table between us, a symbol of both my brand and our bond. Tomorrow I'd see a new reel. An apology, a promise. And one day, when the baby arrived, I'd share photos with them. Because forgiveness meant letting them back into our story. The next morning, I woke to the surreal sensation of sunlight slanting through my curtains, the echo of last night's applause still ringing in my ears. My phone lay on the bedside table, screen ablaze with notifications. Instagram DMs from fans, comments on Amber's reel, interview requests, and even a surprising direct message from my old college music professor, Dr. Fields. Dr. Fields Music. Avery, I saw the clip. Would you consider performing at our alumni concert this spring? We'd love to feature City Lights live. My heart lurched. The same professor who once praised my potential, if only I could nail those high notes, was now inviting me to a formal showcase. I sat up, legs dangling over the side of the bed, and let the gravity of that shift sink in. Just a week ago, I'd fled the stage mid-song, humiliated by Amber's laughter. Now I was being celebrated. I threw on yesterday's jeans and shoved my feet into sneakers. Downstairs, my roommate Casey poured coffee like a bartender, with the world's most important cocktail. When I stumbled into the kitchen, laptop clipped open, the dark jacket of last night's performance still hanging on the chair, Casey studied me with a grin. You look like you swallowed a disco ball, she said, pressing a mug into my hand. I sipped, wincing. Feels about right. She slid onto the counter. Amber's reel went national. Spotify playlist ads, TikTok duets, people covering city lights. You're trending in 3 countries. I laughed then, half disbelief, half giddy, because it was true. The chorus pulsed through my veins. I wasn't just a fluke anymore. I was an artist with something to say. Within hours, I had a flurry of emails, invitations to morning radio shows, a Zoom meeting with the head of an indie label, and a note from Amber herself. Amber, hey, congrats again. Let me know if you need any help with press or anything. I stared at the message. My first instinct was to snark back. Didn't you think to help me when I needed it most? But instead I typed, Avery, thanks, Am. I'd love to sit down and talk through some ideas. Maybe a collaboration. I hit send and exhaled. I didn't need her to rehash the hurt. I wanted to transform it into something new. That afternoon, I met Amber at the same karaoke bar, the Blue Orchid, now my good luck charm, rather than a sight of shame. The neon sign flickered in greeting. Inside, I spotted her at the far end, heels perched on the bar stool, the fleece jacket she'd worn in the reel folded neatly beside her. She looked apologetic. Hey, she said, sliding off the stool. Her voice lacked its usual teasing lilt. Hey, I replied, extending a hand. She shook it. And then we shared the awkward hug of friends who'd both hurt and healed each other. I'm really sorry about laughing, she said, eyes sincere. I didn't know how to react. I thought you'd be angry, so I turned it into a joke. It was wrong. I felt a softening in my chest. It hurt. I wasn't sure if my dream was worth humiliating myself over. I paused, but the reel changed everything. Her face lit. It's gone wild. I never imagined. She grinned sheepishly. I'm proud of you, I nodded. Thanks. I want to channel this energy into a music video, Something authentic. And I want you in it. Her brow arched. Me? Yeah, you. The girl who gave me the platform. I smirked. Plus you dance great. She laughed and punched my arm. Deal. Let's plan this. Over the next week, Amber and I storyboarded a concept. We'd film at the Blue Orchid, my artistic birthplace, interspersed with clips of me performing city lights, on rooftops, on city streets, under the real neon lights that inspired the song. Amber would choreograph a dance sequence that mirrored the song's emotional arc, hesitant steps in shadowed corners, evolving into full-bodied freedom under dazzling lights. We recruited Casey as director of photography. Her day job as a graphic designer meant she had an eye for movement, and my friend Jamar as drone operator for the rooftop shots. We worked long into the night, mapping locations, lining up permits, scouting costume options, gritty leather jacket for the bar scenes, flowing white dress for the rooftop sunrise. On the first day of filming, we set up at dawn on a rooftop overlooking the city skyline. The sky was a bruised purple, a promise of awakening. I strapped on my wireless mic, feeling the wind whisper through my hair. Amber tapped her timer and nodded. The guitar riff began, and I sang under the neon of this restless town. We chase our shadows, we hold them down. The drone circled, weaving upwards. I closed my eyes and imagined my younger self, the girl who fled the stage, finding her courage. As I reached the chorus, Amber appeared beside me, silhouetted, her dance shifting from tentative to triumphant. I opened my eyes to see her spinning under that dawn light, arms outstretched, embodying the very freedom the song promised. The moment was electric, vulnerability and victory in one frame. When we wrapped the day's shoot, I felt exhilarated in my bones. Casey high-fived me. That's gold, she said. Jamar lowered the drone. This is going to be epic. By the time the music video premiered 2 weeks later, the momentum of the original reel had blossomed into a cultural moment. The video opened on the shaky handheld shots of last night's karaoke, with me stumbling through the chorus, and then cut to the polished rooftop performance. The contrast was stark and beautiful, from raw failure to flourishing artistry. Amber's dance broke into view as the bridge hit, her movements echoing the lyrics, drawing electric lines across the cityscape. Then scenes of me gifting city lights on streaming sites, fans posting reaction videos, Casey editing furiously in the background, all woven together as a tapestry of creative rebirth. We launched the video on YouTube and all our social channels. By the end of the day, it had 100,000 views, decimating my previous personal best. Comments poured in, so inspiring, transformation goals. I felt her pain and her joy. Amber killed it. This is real art. Even Dr. Fields texted, Avery, your professor here. Just watch the video. I'm proud. Keep climbing. With the video's viral success came new opportunities, an offer from a boutique label to co-release a remix EP, invitations to showcase at local festivals, and an approach from a documentary filmmaker, intrigued by my journey from karaoke shame to creative triumph. I accepted a spot at a regional music conference to speak on turning mistakes into momentum, sharing the stage with established artists. All the while, my relationship with Amber deepened. What began as a fraught moment of humiliation became the foundation of a true creative partnership. We co-wrote a new song, an upbeat anthem called Reel to Reel, celebrating the power of authenticity and friendship. In the studio, her laughter was no longer scorn, but genuine encouragement. We hummed harmony lines over coffee, scribbled lyrics on napkins, and crafted choreography that felt like a conversation. Months later, on a crisp autumn evening, I returned to the Blue Orchid for a special anniversary show, celebrating the one-year mark of City Lights. Amber and I had co-headlined, backed by a live band, and the cafe was packed wall-to-wall with faces, old friends, new fans, family, co-workers, and yes, people who had once laughed at me. The neon sign flickered overhead, but this time it shone as a beacon of possibility. As I sang the opening chords of City Lights, the room fell silent, phones raised to capture the moment. I hit that first note, steady, clear, and remembered that girl who fled the stage 1 year ago. But this time I stayed. I owned every line. When we reached the bridge, Amber leapt onto the small stage beside me, dancing with unrestrained joy. The crowd erupted, dancing along, weaving together all our stories into one collective crescendo. After the gig, I stood in the alley behind the cafe, the crowd's cheers still whispering through the brick walls. Amber hugged me hard. "Look how far we've come," she said, breathless. I smiled up at the neon glow. We turned a mockery into a masterpiece. She nodded. Here's to the next act. I glanced at my phone. No new reels, only fresh messages from friends, fans, and industry insiders. And I thought, my peak isn't behind me. It's whatever I choose to create next. With Amber by my side, I knew that my journey, from that trembling karaoke mic to stages across the city, was just the overture.